Devices of a computer. As you know, a computer works in 3 steps: input, process, output. Input is any data or instruction entered into a computer. The input devices help us enter data and give commands to the computer. Process refers to the work done by the computer with the help of the processor. Output refers to the result that has been processed by the CPU. We use different devices for each step. Let us learn about these devices in detail. Input devices. We have already read about some of the commonly used input devices in earlier classes. Let us now learn about a few more here. Gesture recognition camera. A gesture recognition camera is a motion input device. Motion input lets the user guide the on-screen elements using air gestures. Air gestures involve moving your body or a handheld input device through the air. With motion input, a device containing a camera detects your gestures and then converts them to a digital signal that is sent to a computer or game device. For example, gamers can pull their arm back to throw a javelin in the game. Barcode reader. Barcode reader or barcode scanner is an electronic device used for reading printed barcodes. Barcode reader consists of a light source, lens, and light sensor that help them scan these codes. Optical mark reader, OMR. Optical mark reader is an input device used for capturing human marked data in document forms such as tests and surveys. OMR is used in schools, businesses, and healthcare agencies for data input processes and to reduce input errors. Optical character reader, OCR. Optical character reader is used to carry out a mechanical or electronic translation of handwritten, typewritten, or printed text into machine-encoded text. It is widely used to convert books and documents into electronic files. OCR can also be attached to scanners and mobile phones. Magnetic ink character reader, MICR. Magnetic ink character reader is an input device that reads special characters that are printed using special magnetic ink on checks like check number, bank code, and branch code. MICRs scan this information and are thus capable of sorting checks. Processing device. The central processing device is the processing device of a computer. It is also known as the brain of the computer. It performs all the calculations and processes data into information. It receives input from input devices, processes them, and sends the processed result to the output unit. A CPU consists of 3 units. Arithmetic logic unit. The arithmetic logic unit or ALU performs arithmetic, compression, and logical operations. Control unit. The control unit or CU controls all the functions of a computer. It also checks the result given by ALU. Memory unit. The memory unit or MU holds the data that needs to be processed as well as the data that has been processed by the CPU. Output devices. We have already learnt about some basic output devices like monitors, printers, etc. Let us now learn more about these devices. Printer. Printer is an output device that gives the output on paper. The result printed on paper is called a hard copy or printout. Printers can be classified into 2 categories: impact and non-impact. Printers that have direct contact between the printhead and paper are known as impact printers. The printers that do not have direct contact between the printer head and paper are known as non-impact printers. Laser printer. This is a non-impact printer that uses laser technology to print text or images on paper. It is expensive and gives the best quality output. The speed of the laser printer is measured in pages per minute, ppm. Inkjet printer. This is a non-impact printer that outputs text and images by spraying ink on the paper. The speed of this printer is measured in lines per minute, LPM. These are comparatively cheaper than laser printers, and the quality of output is also a little lower. Dot matrix printer. This printer is an impact printer that contains a movable print head with pins that strike the ribbon, placing a dot on the paper. These printers are very noisy, less expensive, and slow to work. The speed of these printers is measured in characters per second, CPS. Plotter. Plotter is used for printing vector graphics, visual charts, tables, and diagrams. Different types of plotters are inkjet plotter. It sprays small droplets of ink onto a piece of paper, thereby creating an image. Flatbed plotter. The pen or the inkjet moves in horizontal and vertical directions over a fixed horizontal flat surface on which the paper is mounted. Drum plotter. It uses a drum revolver to move the paper and the pen or the jets of the ink during the printing process. The paper is placed over the drum, which is then rotated. The pen then moves along in horizontal or vertical direction to print the output. Projector. A projector projects or displays data from a computer screen onto a large screen or surface for the audience.